Wow, Nkateko Masinga. She's a South African poet. Wow, she's got a really colorful resume. Now, for it to be this colorful, you need to put in a lot of work. She's not only a poet, but she's a publisher, a TEDx speaker, World Economic Forum Global Shaper, 2018 Mandela Washington Fellow, and a 2019 Ebedi Writers Fellow. Nominated for a Pushcart Prize in 2018, and her work has received support from Pro Helvetia in Johannesburg and the Swiss Arts Council. Her written work has appeared in Brittle Paper, the Kalahari Review, United States Journal, Illuminations, UK Pamphlet Press, Pyramid Editions, the University of Edinburgh's Dangerous Woman Project, and elsewhere. She's the interviewer for Poetry and Africa in Dialogue, an online interview magazine that archives creative and critical insights with Africa's leading storytellers. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Nkateko Masinga. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Hey.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Look at how humble she is. Your resume is like, wow, Dalu Sebenza Ntombazane.
Thank you.
Who is Nkateko? Where are you from? Tell us your story.
Ooh, I was born in Mamelodi.
Oh, it's a Mamsi.
Yeah, it's our mums.
Okay.
I was born in 1991 for
Yeah.
mums. And then we moved away from mums in 1999. So the end of 1999, my parents then bought a new house. Then we moved beginning of 2000. Then we started living in Garsfontein, which is in the east of Pretoria. So then I became a suburb kid, and yeah, I don't know. I think there was a time when things started to change in Mamelodi, and my parents decided that maybe it's not quite so safe anymore, and that's when we moved away. So a lot of memories that I have of being in Mamelodi are quite vague. But a lot of things that I remember were of my childhood, or from when we'd already moved. So I was 9, we moved to Garsfontein, then I did my primary school, did my high school, and then I went to the University of Pretoria and I studied medicine. And then I finished, and then I decided to do a bit of traveling and performing. So I'm still in that phase.
But I want to know, how did you get introduced to poetry? You're gonna answer that question in a moment. Let me just pay the bills. We're back in 30 seconds.
Unbelievable. Uyazimos nawe. I've been following my passion since Mzugwana. But being unbelievable is not easy. You fail, and sometimes others put you down.
Get ready.
Success
20
comes
seconds.
from
Get ready.
So, Aromat is giving away 20,000 Rand in cash prizes towards your passion to 15 unbelievable individuals in the categories of environment, community, technology, education, and entertainment. Simply buy 2 Aromat 75 grams, then dial *120 Aromat hash and follow the instructions to enter. T's and C's apply.
Welcome to Massiv Metro. Massiv Metro and the voice of Tembisa. We're sitting with Nkateko Masinga, who's a South African poet, a publisher, a TEDx speaker, World Economic Forum Global Shaper, 2018 Mandela Washington Fellow, and 2019 Ebedi Writers Fellow. She was nominated for a Pushcart Prize in 2018, and her work has received support from all across the world. The likes of Pro Helvetia in Johannesburg, the Swiss Arts Council in Switzerland. Her written work has appeared in Brittle Paper, Kalahari Review, US Journal in the United States, the Illuminations, the UK Pamphlet Press, the Pyramid Editions, the University of Edinburgh's Dangerous Woman Project, and elsewhere. She is the interviewer for Poetry at Africa in Dialogue, an online interview magazine that archives creative and critical insights with Africa's leading storytellers. You're a storyteller. Mm-hmm. And what are you? Before the ad break, I was asking about your introduction into poetry.
I've always been writing. It's something that I use to express myself. So from as far back as I can remember, if I was feeling a particular thing, then I would write it down. So poetry has always been the way that I interact with the world. So if I want to explain how I feel about something, then that's how I do it. In the same way that other artists will paint or sing to express their emotions, that's what I do with poetry. When I started taking it seriously, in my 4th year of med school, and that's when my first book came out, The Sin in My Blackness. So The Sin in My Blackness came out 4th year of med school, and then from there I decided this is something that I actually want to take seriously. So I decided that when I finish studying, then I'm going to then pursue my other passion.
This morning, Zozi won the Miss Universe, and I'm sure with the book that you've written, The Sin in My Blackness, you've got a thing or two or some poems you'd like to share with us as far as that narrative is concerned.
Yeah, I think it's a very provocative title, and I think I wanted to then spark those questions of, is there a sin in blackness? And I think you know now that we've answered that, and there isn't. So you want me to share a poem?
Yeah, okay. A poem or 2 or 3. Let's hear what you have to share with us. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got Nkateko Masinga, South African poet, publisher, TEDx speaker, World Economic Forum Global Shaper, 2018 Mandela Washington Fellow, and 2019 Abedi Writers Fellow. This is an astute writer. She writes. She's one of those people abanga vila pukbala. Let's go.
Brown Wonder. Will you look at me when you have stopped trying to reenact the great flood with your tears? I have questions for you. 1. Of all the things that you inherited from your mother, why is it lost that you turned into an heirloom? 2. Do you know that flowers do not take lessons on how to bloom? That they do not need affirmation of their beauty? That they never think, maybe I'm not doing this right, just because another flower has petals of a different color? 3. Do you want a list of reasons why you are precious? You are a golden brown wonder of a woman. That is number 1 to 100 on the list. 4. Do you know that you are your mother's favorite breathing thing? You have taken your last breath many times, but she has prayed for all of these second and third chances. 5. Will you look at me? Or maybe you already know that even when you look away, you are a miracle, a magical brown wonder of a woman.
Brown Skin Girl. What is the poem about?
The one that I just read?
Yes, ma'am.
It's about the uncertainty that a lot of black women have. Whether you go into a workplace, you'll see that black women tend to cower into the background. They're not as confident as other people because we've been told for so long that we can't do certain things, that we're not as beautiful, just like what Zozi was saying in her final answer at the contest, that we've been told for so long that we aren't beautiful. So this poem is about, it's about, when I say, will you look at me, it's responding to all the times that the world wants us to look away, to look down, to hide. And this is it's a call to say, look up, put your head up. You don't have to cower, you don't have to hide. You are beautiful, you are precious, you are a brown wonder. So, yeah.
What does your consciousness come from? A lot of kids would rather just be, and it's all great, we become artists, we become DJs, dancers, rappers, vocalists, singers, we become all these different things. And when it comes to the creative arts, you'll find a lot of kids saying poetry doesn't pay, doesn't have a lot of money. Where did you get your consciousness from, and what made you or inspired you to pursue this dream, even though you know that it's not so-called commercially viable, etc.?
Because this is what makes me happy. This is what fulfills me. And when I finished studying, I told myself that I was going to do something that really fulfills me, because I was so drained, I was demotivated, I was disillusioned about so many things. So it was more about taking a break from everything that was draining me and putting my heart and soul into something that I really love. And I knew that I could make it work if I really tried. So I took a huge chance, because at a time where everyone else was now starting their career, I was now starting from scratch. And it was a decision that was looked down on by many people. I fought with my family about this, but it's something that I really wanted to do, and I don't regret it.
I look at your resume and it's so colorful. Maybe some people don't understand what it means to be a Washington Fellow, Mandela Washington Fellow, what it means to be a World Economic Forum global speaker. I've been speaking for many years. I've never, been at the TEDx platform. You've spoken at the TEDx platforms, and you've done all these great things. How have these things shaped you into becoming the woman that you are today? Talking about some of your achievements as well.
Ooh. So I applied for the Mandela Washington Fellowship at it was the beginning of 2017. So I had told myself that was the year that I was finishing med school, and I decided that if I really want to do something new in the next year, then I must start applying. So I started applying for all of these opportunities that I wanted to be a part of, and the Mandela Washington Fellowship was one of them. And then I got selected and went to the US. So I was at Wagner College in New York last year in June until August. So it was a really exciting time, and I really cherished that experience. Then I spoke at TEDx Pretoria in 2017, November 2017, and then I was at TEDx Joburg just last week. So yeah, applying. I think a lot of people they ask me how I get all of these things, and I apply.
You grind, yes.
Yeah,
You do research,
exactly.
You send emails, you read.
Yes, the thing about sending emails, you can send an expression of interest. I've been to so many poetry festivals across the world, not because they know about me before, but I send an expression of interest and I say, this is who I am, this is what I do, here are some clips of my work. If you're interested in having me, this is how you can contact me. And they get back to me like that. It's not just me waiting for things to come to me.
Thank you.
So
I like that.
I really push to make sure that platforms that are about poetry all over the world know who I am. And then if they want to have me, that's how I travel all around.
Hanging out with one of the amazing young South Africans. Her name is Nkateko Masinga. Go Google the name, Nkateko Masinga. We're going to go to a 5 o'clock news bulletin, and we'll come back and have a bit of a chat. You'll give us another poem?
Yeah, sure.
She's got how many books you have? 2?
3.
Wow!
Yes, I have 3.
I'm 40 years old and I've got 3 books. You're like way younger than me. You're already on your 3rd book.
Yes.
She's such a high achiever, guys. Guys, if you don't pull up your socks, you got people like these that are putting in the work. Let's all put in the work.
Massive Metro News every hour on the hour with Cody Leope.
Libumbene ihora lesihlanu izindaba nezifundelo uxolile ndovela kanti ezihamba phambili kwezamanje. Inhlangano ye-SACP iqale umhlangano namhlanje ngenhloso yokudingida ukuthi ngabe bakulungele yini ukungenelela ukhetho lwakazwelonke ngokuzayo. Sawubona mlaleli. Inhlangano ye-SACP namhlanje ibe nomhlangano ngenhloso yokudingida kabanzi ngokuthi bakulungele yini ungenelela ukhetho lukazwelonke olulandelayo nanokuthi abaholi banenhlangano bazovunyelwa yini ukuba kuyikhabhinethi. Mashilo uthi kuningi okusezithebeni ebala ukukhuphuka kokwentuleka kwamathuba emisebenzi kanye nokungalingani kanti uMashilo uthi okusemqoka kakhulu ukuthi bangenelele ukhetho olulandelayo esebekuhlele eminyakeni emibili eyedlule. Iphephandaba likhipha umbiko ukuthi amanye amalungu kakhongo ubhala we-SACP uBlake Nzimande akhethe ukuthi uba umholi yini noma uba kwikhabhinethi.
Hello, how are you?
Abakwa-Eskom bathi ngenzeka uhlelo lokucinywa kukagesi iminyakeni emibili elandelayo. Oyiphini lesikhulumeli uDikgatso Mothayi ngesikhathi ethula inkulumo eGashel Brooks izolo uthe le nkampani isathwele kanzima neziphehle zikagesi azikho esimeni esilungele ukusebenza kanti sekuphele iminyaka zingalungiswa. uMothayi uthi ukulungisa lezi phehle ngathatha isikhathi esingaba iminyaka. Uthi kodwa baphezukwazo izinhlelo zokulungisa lezi phehle gesi ubuyele esimeni esejwayelekile. Lolu hlelo lokucinywa kukagesi selidala omkhulu umonakalo kosomabhizinisi bakuleli kanti namhlanje inkampani yakwa-Eskom.
So when we finish the news, I'm going to play the line, I'm going to count you down, just get into your next poet. And then afterwards we're going to have a chat and wrap it up.
All right.
Sure. You're amazing. Wow. And that's the thing, like with dope people, they're just so humble, you know? They're so chill, they're like, I'm just normal. And that's how they all are, eh? Have you had a chat with Black Coffee? Or anybody that's great? Oh, they're all chill.
The only time I spoke to Black Coffee, he spoke to me. He saw me dance.
Yeah.
I walked out and he was like, so Sissy.
Yeah.
You should continue doing what you were doing earlier on. And then I was like,
that's dope.
and I just stood there and I was like, is that Black Coffee? They were like, you just let it.
That's how they are. They're just so chilled. Like even our legends. Like I mean, did you see Mama Rebecca? 36 albums, eh? Chilled like she's got nothing. Just like so humble. Feel like you the king, like you the one that's dope. And they're just humble and chilled. And I'm like, wow. So much to learn, you know, there's so much to learn. And I study them, eh? I mean, even in business, I interact with some of my mentors. Some of them are billionaires. And these are like really, really humble, chilled people. It's people you never think they are, like they're just so chilled. And those are some of the things that, you know, I learned from. I'm like, wow, humility, you know. My parents always talk about that, like humility. My mom likes saying humility moves mountains, you know. Humble yourself. So it's even in the Bible, right? Yeah. Humble yourself, he will lift you high. Yeah. Okay, get ready.
Lesihlanu ngikhumbuze udaba bolihamba phambili. Inhlangano SACP iqale umhlangano namhlanje ngenhloso yokudingida ukuthi bakulungele yini ungenelela ukhetho lokwaze lonke ngokuzayo. Seluthuma likamanxa ihora lesihlanu ngibuye namanqampunqampu kanti usamamele uhlelo i-DJ Sbu Live kwi-Voice of Tembisa ne-Massiv Metro.
DJ Sbu Live on Voice of Tembisa.
There are people who land in places before you do. Call them parents, brothers, sisters, friends, and acquaintances. Some of them we've never met.
You can put on your headphones now. It's fine.
Before you did, so that they can teach you how to walk, talk, eat, cook, and drink, feed, read, and write, and be responsible. And most importantly, how to love. One of these people is DJ Sbu. He inspires a lot of youth to push beyond themselves to get their goals in check. When I was young, I always watched him on TV. I never thought one day I would be hosted and interviewed by him in the flesh. And the words that he says gets me to push beyond my boundaries.
What happens on day 17? Perhaps if on day 17 our loved ones would wake up from their graves, bodies unbattered, necks untwisted, killers jailed or in the ground where they took others, it would be easier to understand these 16 days of mourning, weeping, crying, counting. But instead we are digging. We are digging graves, graves on top of other graves, graves stretching for as far as our black, swollen eyes can see, names trailing behind hashtags, none of them called Lazarus, none of them waking up, none of them coming back home. And on day 17, the chanting is softer, the mourners are fewer, the dead have multiplied.
Nkateko Masinga, born and raised in the east of Pretoria. She's studying medicine. Well, she's just finished in the University of Pretoria. And she was still hoping here. She's written at the back of a book, and it's so incredible that she's living her dream right now, traveling the world and sharing her God-given gifts with the world. She started writing poetry in primary school, and her earlier work has been published in school yearbooks and anthologies. She's an avid run. Oh, you run?
Yes, I do.
Wow. How important is it?
Exercise is really important for my mental health. I think it's something that has really helped me a lot. There was a time, particularly in med school, where things were really, really tough, and the only thing that helped was running. So unfortunately, my running partner then moved away, so I didn't have someone to jog with, and it really wasn't safe anymore to go out by myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's something that I really love doing.
Especially go Sunnyside, Hatfield, Sunnyside. Wow. When she has time, she performs her poetry at open mic events around Pretoria, and now you're traveling the world.
Yeah. I started at open mic sessions, and that was where I really grew, because whenever there was a platform, I would go. And now I get to go to different places. I'm off to Belgium next week. So.
Okay, good luck representing the country. Yeah. And what are some of the things that are in your future plans?
I'm going to continue traveling, definitely, and I want to study further. So something that I'm really passionate about is combining my two passions, so medicine and poetry. There's something called arts in medicine. So it's when you use art in order to heal. So patients that have dementia, for example, if you make them listen to music or to poetry, you actually see changes in their brains. So I want to study something that relates to both of these two passions and see how I can combine them. So that's something that's coming up in the near future.
And obviously writing more books.
Yes, definitely. My next one's actually coming out May 2020.
You already finished your next one. You. It's coming out next year.
Yes, with the African Poetry Book Fund.
Okay.
So it's published by Akashic Books in Brooklyn, New York. So
nice.
Yes. So I have my first international book deal.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
You are so amazing. You know, Zozi winning earlier today, I looked at her and I'm like, she's representing so many others that are doing great things all over the world. There's a lot of you guys that might not be on camera or on radio, but you guys, your work is amazing. May God keep blessing you, Mtanseka. You are amazing. And brothers like us, we are your brothers, and we love what you guys do because we know that you guys are inspiration to our younger daughters and sons, you know? You are amazing.
I am so happy to be speaking to you. I am in awe of you and everything that you've done. I've been watching you like all of these years, listening to you, seeing you on TV. Like, you inspire me a lot. So to hear you say that.
Yeah. You inspire me. Thank you. How do we find you social media?
Facebook, Nkateko Masinga, Instagram, Nkateko_Masinga. Everywhere. Just if you look for Nkateko Masinga. On all platforms.
Isn't it funny that on Facebook you find our full government names, all of us?
Yes, because the thing is there are so many Nkateko Masinga, so then I had to put my middle name so you know which one it is.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
And then Twitter, Instagram, in a little remix. But Facebook is like your full name. Mm-hmm. Thank you, man. I wish you all the best, Nkateko.
Thank you so much.
Young people doing great things with their lives. And before I let her go quickly onto this camera, what would you like to say to a 50-year-old Nkateko? This is 20, 30 years from now, whatever, 60-year-old you. We're going to send you this video 20, 30 years from today. I'm serious.
I am proud of you for not listening to the naysayers. I am proud of you for pursuing what you love. I cannot believe that you have come so far, and yet I can. Because you prayed for all of this and you worked for all of this. And yeah.
What would you like to say to your kids and your grandkids? They're watching this video with you.
Oh,
this is in 2040, 2060.
I love you. You are beautiful. You are precious. And I hope that my journey and my life has shown you what is possible for you. And I hope that all the role models that you have around you will keep inspiring you to keep going. I am proud of you. There is nothing that you can ever do that will make me love you any less.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nkateko Masinga. Find her on social media, Nkateko Masinga. Young people are doing great things with their lives. The question is, what are you doing with yours?
Hi, this is Nkateko Masinga. In the studio with us.
Get ready, Baba! First song. You don't mind if we take a picture now?
No, not at all.
Okay, cool. You are ready, boy? 10 seconds.
You're looking so beautiful and amazing.
Already show what you can. Speak on us, Cyril.
Ladies, get out of here. Your complexion is still the same as on Instagram.
Your complexion is not the same as on Instagram. Rock. Let's do this.
DJ Sbu Leope, voice of Tembisa.
I want I can't.
6 p.m. Monday to Friday.
I can't. Yeah. All right, let's get into it. Viewer the dawn on the ones and twos. 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 On the ones and twos. Viewer the dawn. Charlie, one on one, man.
Okay, good, I'm late.
Why you can't let us speak? Oh, yes, sure. You don't mind that?
Oh, I do.
Wow. You're amazing. You are amazing. Professional camera. Now, professional camera. Rockers. Oh no, yours is also professional.
Thank you.
Can I hold on?
I knew it. I was like, what does he want in the studio? He never comes here. And don't
So these are yours?
coming to sleep with yeah.
I'll give you feedback.
Alright.
I'm gonna read all of them now into somebody. That is the reason. Thank you so much. So I didn't bring mine. I'll give you some. You mind doing us a drop like, this is Nkateko Masinga.
You might give me free asthma pumps because I've never been money. You might give me free asthma pumps.
What is that? Oh, she's in medicine.
Don't play with my. Don't play with my. You 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 play with my. Don't play with my.